Last October, I made a video about my attempt to learn a handstand on rings. I said I would learn the following skill. On rings, press from an L to a balanced locked out handstand, hold the handstand for 10 seconds, then press back down to an L. And I gave myself 1 year to learn it. I have until September 26th. Now, I'd hate to let down the 68 people who have watched that video so far, but I have to report that I might not technically, what's the word I'm looking for, succeed. You're watching Calisthenics Through the Ages. This is a channel about bodyweight training and general health and fitness for older people. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rob, and I'm 54 years old. So, just a quick recap. I actually began working on this a few years ago. I could already pretty much do the press. I just haven't ever been able to balance the handstand. Whenever I tried to push the underbalanced position out and get all the way to a handstand, this kind of thing happened. Later, I got a little smarter about my training methods, but still, training this skill was both painful and scary. I started getting worried because, given that I didn't have a spotter, it seemed like there was no way to learn how to actually balance the handstand without, killing myself. Then I came up with a brilliant idea, kind of like a self-spotter, or like training wheels. I thought that by using this small rope as a barrier, I'd be able to work the balance without having to worry about falling. And it does work to an extent. It does allow me to press or kick into a handstand without any danger of injuring myself. However, it's not exactly a panacea. As far as getting to the handstand, if I kick into the handstand, the main difficulty is getting there without any swing. This is tricky, but I've gotten better at it, and I can now get into the handstand with almost no swing about half the time. If I'm not swinging, then I can at least attempt to balance it. If I am swinging, then balancing it is hopeless. If I press into the handstand, then I don't end up swinging, so in principle that works better. But that method has its problems too. The press is kind of hard for me, and usually by the time I get to ring handstands in my workout, I've already done a lot of handstand push-ups and related exercises, so I'm already fatigued. Sometimes I'm so tired that I can't do the press at all. Other times I can do 4 or 5, and after that I have to kick into it. But the good news is that I'm getting stronger at the press. Of course, the real trick is balancing the handstand, and on that front, I haven't made a whole lot of progress. If I kick to it and manage to get there without swinging, I try to get myself into a completely straight position while my feet are still touching the straps. And when I press to it, I usually do the same thing. Then, I carefully take my feet away from the straps and try to stay balanced. But usually I fall, almost instantaneously, either into an arch where I'm just resting on the rope, or into a severe underbalance that I can't recover from. Getting the right position is maddeningly difficult. I still can't turn the rings out if I'm anywhere near a handstand, and I have trouble getting to the completely straight position that you need to be in. I've occasionally managed to actually balance it, but only for about 3 nanoseconds. And that happens only rarely, and seemingly only by blind luck. I can never replicate it. All of these problems are worse if I'm swinging. So usually if I kick to the handstand and end up with a lot of swing, I won't even attempt to balance it. I just keep my feet on the inside of the straps and use my time up there to work on turning the rings out and trying to get into a perfectly straight position. So what's the problem? Of course, the main thing is that it's just a really hard skill. In a normal handstand, falling out of the balance takes time. Once you're balanced, if you just stay tight, you can almost relax a lot of the time. Anyway, you fall slow enough that you have some time to react and make corrections. It's not like that on rings. It's weird. Everything happens so fast, it's like you fall instantaneously. Of course, any handstand involves active balance, but on rings, it's like hyperactive balance. And if you watch people who are good at it, even they look something like this. It's like trying to hold a handstand on bars if the bars were being jerked back and forth randomly. And just to demonstrate how crazy difficult it is, check this out. I decided to see whether I could balance it on my feet, and I can't do it. If I separate my legs far enough that my shoulders don't touch the straps, I can't balance it for more than a couple of seconds. I used a little safety rope because I didn't like the idea of falling, either forward or backward, with my feet locked in the rings. Probably would have made entertaining video though. But just think about that for a second. Balancing on the rings is so hard that I can't do it on my feet. And I'm good at standing on my feet. I can walk on my feet and everything. I can easily do a one-legged foot stand. Anyway, I'm sure that part of my problem is that my shoulders are still not flexible enough. I've been working on it, but I've also been fighting with a shoulder injury for the last few months, so that's been slowing things down. Another thing is this. I thought that my little self-spotter invention would work not only to prevent me from falling, but also to hold me in the correct position.
But annoyingly, it doesn't work all that well. There's no perfect height to put the rope that allows me to stay near the balanced position for a long time. In one position, the safety rope is too low. When I fall onto it, I'm in an arch that's so far over I can't escape from it. And if I put it one notch higher, then it seems like it's too high. Usually in this position, if I just contact the rope, I immediately fall to the underbalanced side.
So I may not make it by my self-imposed deadline of September 26th, but I'm determined to get it eventually. So how can I move forward with it? Well, first, I'm going to keep working everything that I'm already doing. I'll keep working on my shoulder flexibility, and I'll keep working on both the press and the kick up to the handstand, and on turning the rings out.
And another thing I discovered recently, if I press up, don't use the straps, but remain underbalanced, I can actually hold something pretty close to a handstand. I think I can make progress by working on this. Since I can hold something near a handstand, I feel like I've got something I can work with. Hopefully I can get stronger and better balanced in that position and try to gradually move it closer to a true handstand.
In fact, I've recently realized that whenever I do any sort of bent arm press or handstand push-up, I tend to arch as I move into the full handstand. I have a problem with this. I clearly don't know how to press into the handstand while staying in a hollow position. So I'm also going to work on that, and I'm going to record myself a lot so I can make sure that I'm actually moving in the right direction.
And if all else fails, I'm just going to fake it. In fact, look, I can already do it. See? Perfect handstand, hold for 10 seconds, press back down. Bam! Mission accomplished.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Hard work, elbow grease, perseverance, and good old American know-how. And even if I don't make it on time, I will post a video showing the best attempt I get by September 26th. And I have to say that although I haven't actually gotten the handstand on rings yet, training for it has had some benefits. My shoulders have gotten more flexible, so my handstand has gotten closer to being straight, and I'm able to hold a normal handstand longer. I've increased my handstand duration from around 60 seconds to around 80 seconds.
I've also gotten stronger at the press, which is always a good thing. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you're working on a handstand on rings, or if you can already do it, and especially if you have any suggestions for me. As always, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more content like this. Good luck with your training, and I'll see you in the next video.